The High Court in Mombasa has issued directions that persons convicted and imprisoned of sexual offences are at liberty to petition the High Court for mitigation and resentencing. Mombasa resident Judge John Mativo declared that sentencing of the sexual offenders remains a discretionary power exercisable by the court and involves the deliberation of the appropriate sentence. NTV's Kevin Mutai reports.
On Thursday, orders that persons convicted and imprisoned under the sexual offences are now at liberty to petition the High Court for rehearing of their sentences, while considering 4 consolidated petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the defilement sentences prescribed in sections 8, 3, 4, 11 and 20 of the Sexual Offences Act. Justice John Mativo noted that a convicted felon has a right to put in a plea in mitigation. In his judgment, Justice Mativo also states that, and I quote, "The Sexual Offences Act deprives an accused person the right to mitigate, which is a core component of a fair trial contemplated under Article 50 of the Constitution." End of quote. In his judgment, the judge also says that, and I quote, "This court does not doubt the good intentions of the drafters of the Sexual Offences Act in taking steps to curb the menace of sexual offences and the trauma it causes to the victims of the said offence. The perpetrators of the said offences must be condemned by all means. However, the sentences to be imposed must meet the constitutional dictates." The court also declared that the infliction of the punishment is preeminently a matter for the discretion of the trial court, citing that sections of the Sexual Offences Act takes away the court's discretion, ignoring the fact that the individualization of punishment requires proper consideration of the individual circumstances of each accused person. Then the said provisions deprive an accused person the benefit of judicial distension, which is prejudicial to the accused person. He added that the petitioners successfully prosecuted their cases, seeking to have defilement convicts secure a reprieve for a fair sentence rehearing under Article 50 of the Constitution. Part of the judgment also reads, and I quote, "A declaration be and is hereby issued that sentence discretion is a vital element of our law of sentencing, and at the heart of the discretion is the principle that each case should be treated on its own facts or merits, and it is precisely for this reason that the sentencing discretion lies with the trial court. The orders now permits balanced and fair sentencing, which is a hallmark of the criminal justice system," arguing that the absence of this crucial discretion is potentially prejudicial to an accused person. This now means that persons who have been convicted of sexual offences across the country and whose sentences were passed on the basis that the trial courts had no discretion but to impose the said mandatory minimum sentence will have a reprieve in seeking fresh resentencing. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.